my freaking God. I'm so sorry I didn't record last week. It's looking like it is going to be a busy semester, so I'm gonna preface, um, maybe one episode every other week. Ooh, sorry. Sorry if you're a fan and you listen. But welcome back to On Second Thought. It's Sophie, your number one fan. Your number one favorite. You guys, this is like the earliest I've recorded in a long time. It's 9 a.m. So if I look exhausted, just know it's 9 a.m. Um, I am so excited to be recording though because I have so much. I'm literally crying. I have so much to tell you guys. Okay, so honestly, I'm feeling very freaking powerful. I recently manifested some things into my life, and yeah, so let's talk about it. You guys, I'm not going to go into detail because it's my very personal private life. But we can talk about some things. We can talk about it. Basically, I had just had this crazy experience where I had this thing happen and I wrote it down and I was like, I really want this to come to fruition and I want this to be real. And you guys, within a week, it became real. So, manifestation's real. This isn't really what I wanted to talk about, but I think that like I have a power that many people don't have, that not many people have. And I wish I knew how to share my power, share my manifestation wealth. But I'm also like, can I manifest some money, please? Like that's what I'm wondering. Can I manifest my podcast blowing up and having 1 million subscribers and listeners? Hello? So we're putting that out into the universe. I think that um I don't know, I just feel so like powerful. I say again. I just feel like so many good things are coming my way and this year has been a really good year for me. Like I've had my ups and downs for sure, but I did have a really good like middle half of the year with like summer. So I'm trying to ride that high a little bit longer and soak up everything and soak up the love that's around me cuz like you guys, I started class 2 weeks ago and yeah, I am the ultimate ball of stress. I wish that I could not feel that way so immediately. And I've talked about this all the time, talk about my anxiety and my stress, but truly, truly, you guys, it is crippling. I wake up at 5 a.m. just by chance and start thinking about everything that I need to accomplish rather than, okay, I'm gonna complete these 4 tasks today, and that's gonna take me 2 hours and I'm gonna be proud of myself and clean my hands of it, and that's gonna be great. Because it's like once I submit something, there's 5 other things I need to do, and it's so stressful. And I just like I really wish that I could take more of a pause during like the semester between classes, but I think that like that's what I'm gonna try to do this semester is like really try to take a pause, try to do what's best for me mentally and not stretch myself too thin. Okay, so I was in class yesterday and you guys, this class is so freaking boring. I literally, like, we're not allowed to have our phones out. We're not allowed to have our computers out. Because if I could zone out on my computer, of course I would do that. But my professor's like, computers away, phones away. Like, and if you pull it out, she'll tell you, like, put it away. So I only have my notebook. And, like, luckily I have my notebook because I'm literally filling up the pages of this notebook and it honestly helped me because I did, hey, okay, I'm trying my best to listen, but when she's talking about different world news, like global news articles for 2 hours straight with no images, just sitting at the front of the class, yapping, trying to get people to converse with her. But then, like, the moment that she gets going, you can't interject, you can't add anything to the topic. And it's like, the thing is this class, it's global professional studies. So, like, we're learning how to be global professionals, learning about, global news and how the markets of, like, international markets, basically. But it's the second week, and she expects us to know everything that's going on across the globe when we all have like four other classes or five other classes. It was painful. So yeah, I literally wrote for like the whole time. I wrote through and I was like making sure my handwriting was really nice so that it would take me longer to write. So yeah, I just was like my brain was melting. And it's unfortunate. It's so unfortunate because like she has so much knowledge, but she's one of those professors, and I've had many a professor that's like this, that has so much knowledge but doesn't know how to properly teach it and like engage the class in a fun way. And I know that not everything, like, I hate when people are like, well, sometimes you just gotta suck it up. Hey, don't fucking tell me that, because I've been sucking it up for this is my fourth year of college, for 3 years. I've sucked it up to about 10 of the worst professors. I'm honestly gonna guess that I've had 10 of some of the worst professors in the planet. Crazy painfully bad. Yeah, it's shocking how bad the professors are at this school. So like as much as I'm like really want to get as much as I can out of this, at the end of the day, it's kind of like, are you networking? Are you, getting good grades? Obviously, I'm getting good grades, like I'm working my ass off. But it's like when that lack of respect from your professor comes in, it's like, why the fuck am I even here? They don't give a shit about me. This professor that I'm talking about, global professional studies, we every week we have to do these news, it's called a mini paper, but we have to read a news article, get three things that we find interesting, and one question that we have. And so I'm like preparing for next week because we literally have six that are due next week. Six. Six of these. Six articles, and then six. Yeah. So, anyways, we, I'm looking at it. The links on the Google Doc that she has are not working. Every time I click it, it says page not found. I'm like, hello? What the hell is going on? So I'm like, okay, it's fine. It's for next week. I'll just ask her in class today. Mistake. That was a huge mistake. I go up to her. I'm like, hey, I just had a question. Like, I'm not able to get the links to load. Like, I can't find the links for next week's, mini paper articles. And she's like, well, if you went back to the instruction, like I told you last week, you would have known where to find these links, because I've tried these links like 1 week ago at the beginning of, or the beginning of August or whatever, and they all were working. I'm like, okay, fair enough, fair enough. But like like three links are not working. So I just was wondering if you could show me or like explain to me. And she's like, yeah, like I said, go back to the instructions. And I was like, it was so hard to like stay calm. Because the way that she immediately reacted and came at me actually had me so fired up and angry. I was like, why am I being fucking grilled for asking a simple question? And like her answer, totally valid. Like that's not the problem. The way that she like was talking down to me, like I'm some fucking scum of a student for not knowing where to look, I was blown away. I was genuinely blown away. It's like literally need to take a deep breath. So I was like, okay. My friend was right there. She was like overheard it. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, literally, how was I just spoken to like that? That's kind of insane. So, like, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna have to figure this out because apparently I'm not getting any help from this woman. Okay. So I download the document, whatever. Then, only then am I able to get the links correctly, which was like, and actually one of the links was incorrect. I had to like add a dash. And I was like, how are we supposed to know this? Like, how are we supposed to figure that out? Like, And I know that if I was like, "Oh, well, the link is actually wrong," she would have been like, "Well," like she cannot take, being wrong. So that was extremely frustrating yesterday. Makes it makes it extremely frustrating to root for a professor that is going to be talking down to their students like right off the bat. Like not even some fake nice. Just immediately fucking bitchy. So, and here's the thing is like a lot of my professors are like they're working. They're career people, they're in the industry, they have career experience, like industry experience. And so they might have like they're toughening up. I don't know, they're trying to toughen up us. And I'm just like, fair, totally fair. But like, this is a place of mutual respect. I'm paying too much money to be spoken down to this way. Do you understand what I'm saying? Talking to my professor? Like, what's the actual point of speaking down to your students this way when the only thing that can really come of it is something negative? Like, no one's gonna be like, oh my God, like, she's great. Like, I really enjoyed her class. Like, no, no one's saying that. No one is saying that. She's going to get reported if she keeps talking to students this way. Just speaking from experience, the way that students react when professors talk down to them is not positive. So, anyways, that was frustrating. But get this part of it. I we sit down, we start class, she starts talking, and she's talking about the mini papers, and she's like, "Well, some of you guys got really great grades. Some people, they couldn't get it together. They didn't format it correctly. Wasn't good." And I was like, "Okay, like I'm good. I got like hundreds on all of them. Like we're good." Then, and only then, does she look at me and is like, and I had a lot of emails of people saying that they couldn't find the links to the mini papers. And I was like, bitch, why are you fucking looking at me? The previous week, the links for the mini papers, I was good off that shit. I didn't even email you. I literally went up to you in person because I knew that you'd be even bitchier. You probably wouldn't even have said anything. You probably wouldn't even have responded to my email if I emailed about it. But she's staring at me the whole time. She's like, some people like if it was a concert you really wanted to go to, if it was something you online you really wanted to buy, you would move mountains to get there, to get to that link. But because it's a mini paper, because it's an article, you're just not trying hard enough. I'm like, because I asked a question? Moving mountains can include asking questions. What if I ask my friend for the link to a fucking concert ticket? Like, I just didn't understand that example, and it was so, like, degrading. Like, bitch, what do you mean? Then she goes on, she's kind of ranting about this, consistently turning her head and looking at me. Meanwhile, like, there's no reason for that shit. Then she goes, I'm not your secretary. I'm not your mom. You have to figure it out for yourself. And I'm like, where did this come from? Do you hate us? Like, uh, to me, when a professor sets this like authoritarian image of themselves, I hate it. I really hate it because to me, in a perfect world, a class structure to me is like built off of mutual respect and like a conversation. And it's built off of obviously the knowledge of the professor, but the experiences of the students and what the students want to get out of the professor and like their experience and sharing, just sharing. I don't know. I just think that when a professor sets the standard that like we are always going to be in the wrong, that is setting up the semester and the classroom for like failure, truly. And it really just depends on the student because like if you can't rely on your professor, you have to rely on your classmates more so. Cause like I can't even ask her where to find the link for this thing. So like if I have a question for her, now I'm scared to ask her because if I ask her the wrong fucking question, I'm gonna get my head chopped off. So I have to be close with my classmates. And what if there's some people in the class that aren't close with anybody? Okay? And they're too scared to email. So, like, it just sets it up for failure, setting up, like, the space you're not willing to answer your students' questions in a respectful way. It's shitty. It's really shitty. But yeah, so that is kind of really kicking off the semester with a bang. I am overwhelmed. From that class, from another class I had, strategic management, this man, this professor needs to be strategically managed. He needs to get some help. We need to get him some ADHD medication because truly he's all over the place. When he was presenting his lecture to us, like this is the first day of class. It really felt like he was embarrassed to show some of the slides. Like he would skip through it really quick. And it seemed like, well, wait, why are you skipping that? Like it seems like it has information on it that's like valuable to us. And so like I really, like I said, like I always have my notebook. It honestly keeps me alive. Like it keeps me focused just cuz like I can jot down anything that's said or anything, any questions I have, anything. Like it just keeps my head up. And so he's like, I can't even take notes in this class. Like, I can't even take notes of like what he's saying, what we're going to be learning. Like, it's just, there was a fly. It's just very frustrating to have a professor that's like kind of all over the place, kind of nervous. Um, yeah. And like the space to which he is putting work online, like where he's assigning work online, is confusing. Like straight up, I don't know. I'm really worried about this one, but we have a group project. I have two group projects this semester so far. I'll keep you guys updated on how those are going. One group is very promising. The other group, I'm going to stay silent on that one. No, it's just not promising because I know because it's all juniors. I'm the only senior. And tell me why. Every time. And I don't even need to be a senior. Even when I was a freshman, I was doing all of the work for juniors. Like it just, am I just that fucking person? I guess so. Anyways, so that is how the semester's going. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to find the balance. Like I was saying before, the manifestation's kind of going crazy right now. I'm trying to keep it positive because I feel too powerful. And I think that journaling, like writing shit down, I have a different like journal. This is just my daily little notebook thing. But writing my life down is very helpful for me and it also feels powerful. Like I was saying, like it manifests some stuff, but I have been journaling on like a very extreme level this past year. Every day I just got a new journal in, I want to say May. I'm halfway through it. I never get through journals this quickly. Usually it takes me like a year or two, but I'm trying to clock every single conversation that I'm having in there to kind of document it. And I don't know, it's just like it's a part of just this new routine that I'm trying to have for myself for my mental health. And I really am trying to keep it going with like the busier I get and the more I'm doing. Remember to sit down for 10 minutes and write shit out. But that's the thing is like sitting down for 10 minutes isn't long enough for me. Like I need to sit down and write for like 30 minutes to really get everything out. And knowing that I have that time is super helpful to me because like then I can go through every single thought that I had in that situation or whatever it may be. But yeah, I highly recommend writing, like journaling, whatever you want to call it. It helps so much just kind of picturing and looking back on your life. Like it's amazing. I don't know. I know everyone talks about journaling. I talk about journaling. I feel like a lot. I've I feel like a lot in the past on the podcast, but I'm really into it at this point in my life. Like I don't know, I just feel like I've lived through so much this past year, so much. And it's it's been really helpful for me to like stay grounded in something and stay like okay, everything that has happened to me that maybe has been stressful or bad or whatever is like touching the pen to the paper helps me like release it, like just get it out. And at the end of the day, it's just words on a paper, on a piece of paper, and it's not the reality anymore. And yes, it maybe happened, but it is going to pass. if I look back on other journal entries and stuff, like this too shall pass, if you will. This too shall pass. And by focusing on the good things and the moment, the present moment, we can thrive. We can thrive. Okay, you guys, I just kind of got like a crash of energy. Like I'm crashing right now. Is it because it's 9 a.m.? I don't know. But I'm gonna go lock in, do some work. I hope you guys enjoy this episode. I hope that you guys are listening and subscribing and liking. And I will talk to you guys possibly next week, probably the following week. All right. Love you so much. Bye.